Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I am going to be reviewing these Spectrum Noir markers. I'm going to be telling you all that I found out about them, so stay tuned. So, firstly apologies, I sound a bit odd because I've got a horrible cold, but hopefully you'll be able to understand me. So today I'm going to be reviewing these Spectrum Noir marker pens. This is the first time that I've had these before, and I am certainly not an expert in using markers. So this review is mostly going to be about the actual pens. I'm going to be showing you a couple of bits of art that I've done with them, and showing you the colours and explaining the numbers and things like that to you. So first of all, I got mine in two big sets. They came in sets of 24 in a local art supply store. So this is what the box looks like, and this one is the actual pastels, and you can see they're gorgeous colours, and it's really good to get them in big sets like this because they're so affordable. These were $19.99 each pack, and I got two of them, and you got a lovely range of colours in there. So the first one I got was this pastels one, and the second one is this one is the lights, and as you can see they're gorgeous colours as well. They do have some other packs as well, some darker ones, and you can also buy colour families in sets as well, and they're about $6.99 for about 5 or 6 colours, so that's pretty good if you need specific ones. eBay definitely sells a lot of these, so you can find them on there or your art supply stores. So that's the box they came in. They're really nice. They've got this nice flap to lift them out of. Now I'm not storing mine in there at the moment because I made this foam board marker holder, and it makes them look super pretty on my desk. So that's why I've done that. But I'm keeping these boxes because I think they'd be really handy for on the go if I wanted to take some with me somewhere, and I can hold them all together. So I'm keeping hold of these. So I'm just going to put these out the way for now, and we'll get on and talk about the actual markers themselves. Now they're more chunky than Pro markers or the Copics, well the Copic Chows at least. I don't have any of the Copic sketch markers, so I can't really say either way about the size of those, but compare it to the old Electroset Pro markers, there's a slight difference in the size. But actually guys, I thought that them being extra chunky would be a problem for me, but it really isn't, so that's something not to worry about. So they've got kind of like a hexagon shaped barrel, and you can see they've got sort of a grip on each end. You can see that there's a slight pattern on there. They say Spectrum Noir on the side, and then on the ends, this is a really cool feature. On the ends is the colour, and they're actually on both ends, so it doesn't matter which way that you put them in your holder, you will know which colour it is. And they've also got the colour family and number on there, so that's really cool. Now I'll talk about what those mean in a minute, but so they've got the two different ends. This one is the bullet end. I think they're called bullet nibs. They're slightly different to the brush markers. They're not as big or as flexible, but they're really nice for colouring in. And as you can see, this end is actually grey, and it's got a grey edge to it. So when the cap is on, you can see that that end is obviously the bullet tip end. So say like you're going to store them in a holder just like I've done there, and you go to grab one, you know straight away which end is the finer end, because this end is the chisel tip, and that's a lot bigger, and that doesn't have the grey bit. So that's a really cool feature, and I think that's a really good thing, as opposed to the Pro markers. They have the different shaped ends, so you know which one is which, whereas this one has the grey bit because both ends are the same shape. So I really like the fact that they've got the colours on the ends, and it makes them look super pretty. I much prefer those than just stickers on the ends. So they're nice. One thing I will say about the colours on here, they're not super accurate. Some of them are accurate to the colour that they come out as, and some of them totally aren't. Like for example, the purpley colours. Now this one is a hydrangea blue, and the actual end is white. So when I first got these, it totally confused me, and I thought they were blenders because I didn't know what the letters meant yet. So just bear that in mind, that the colours are not super accurate. I mean, that's a very pale blue. It's nothing like what the actual colour comes out like. And this one is like a powder blue, and that is nothing like it because it's a sort of purpley colour. So I think that's one of the negatives of these markers, that they don't look like the actual colours that they are. But anyway, so that's a little tip for you there. Now, when I first opened them, I didn't have a clue what the letters meant and the numbers and stuff. So I printed off a sheet from the internet that I found for a colour chart, and as you can see, it's got all the colour families, and it's really, really cool. I like the way that they've put all the colours in like lists like this, so that you can see straight away which colours go together in which family groups. So for example, the light greens, they're abbreviated by LG, which makes total sense to me. And as you can see, there is 5, and with the sets that I got, I had 4 of those in there, which is cool. The FS is for flesh coloured, and you can see there's quite a few of those. And then there's BP for bright pink, and EB for earth brown. You can see I need to get some of those. There's the essentials, which are the blender and the true black. Then we have CR for coral. You can see I've got quite a few of those. IG for ice greys, quite a lot of those. CT for citrus. OR for orange. We have got BG for brown greys, GG for green greys, then we've got DR for dark reds, LY for light yellow, BGR for blue greys, FL for fluorescent, HB for hydrangea blue. Now they're the ones that have the white caps or the bluey powder blue caps, which is really weird, but they're nice colours when you use them. BT for blue turquoise, and there's quite a lot of those to have. I would really like to get some of those. TB for true blue, they're kind of like your royal blues, I think. DG for dull green, CG for citrus green, PL for purple, IB for ice blue, JG for jade green, LV for lavender, GT for green turquoise, TN for tan, there's quite a lot of those, PP for pale pink, and GB for gold brown. So you can see that it's a really good range of colours, and you get quite a few colours for each one. And I like the fact that they've got a selection of fluorescent ones as well. They're really a really lovely selection of colours, and this is perfect for my style of art because I like to use quite vintagey soft colours, and they seem to have a lot of those in their sets, so that's really cool. So now over to what they actually come out like. I mean, you can see on the chart that I've done there what they really look like, but I decided to do one in my sketchbook as well, because if I'm on the go, it's really handy to just flip and have a quick look of which colours go with which. So I basically just wrote out the numbers and letters and just did a little sample of each, so you can see. I mean, this is not a great sketchbook for these because it sort of bleeds the ink, but it's ideal for me when I'm just starting out with markers. I am complete newbie really with them. I mean, the only other pens that I've used are when I was a kid and used felt pens, so you can see I'm not very experienced with them yet, but I'm looking forward to learning. So so here we go. We've got all the colours. They're really pretty colours, as you can see. They make a lovely page just on their own. So it does bleed through this paper because it's a thin paper, so I've had to skip a page. And there you can see there's some of the darker ones. And I think that's it for the colours that I've got at the moment. Now I've been messing around with some drawings using the markers and seeing how things come out. So there I tried using just a graphite pencil with the markers, and I really like that effect. It looks better in real life than it sort of shows up on camera. It's a nice sort of soft look, which I prefer. I just did this one with using liners, liner pens, to see what that looks like. Just super rough, and again using a multi-liner over the top is a lot more bold. Now I've been practicing with doing some really super rough sketches of manga stuff, and here's a few that a couple I've done. I'm quite pleased with how that eye came out. Like I said, I'm a complete newbie, so don't judge me. And here's some more I did with the actual Spectrum Noir markers. I think that came out pretty cool. You can see they blend really nice. The colours are really vibrant and pretty. So yeah. So I think that's all I can tell you about these markers. Again, a really lovely set of colours. I'm really pleased with the quality. I must admit, I was kind of worried that being a sort of more of a budget marker that they wouldn't be as good as some of the others, and I was worried about the chunkiness, but it really isn't a problem for me. Some of you might find that you don't like the fatter sort of barrels, but I guess it's individual preference. But like I said, they've got a really gorgeous range of colours, and I love the fact that there's colours on the ends of each end of the pens, and it's really clear. The numbers and letters are really clear on the ends, so you can grab what you need quickly. And they've got a really lovely range of flesh colours, so if you're into doing faces and manga art and things like that, you've got a nice big selection to make some really nice faces with. And I really like the blues and the greens. They've got a really nice big selection of those. Like I say, I've only got I've got 48 colours now, and there's still quite a few more. So again, looking at the chart, so I would end this review by saying yes, I would recommend these, especially if you're starting out like me with markers, and you know, you just want to get a feel for them. You don't want to spend huge amounts of money, and you need a nice range of colours. These are ideal. So and I'd just like to add that Spectrum Noir haven't sponsored me to do this post or this video. I'm not paid to do it, and I've got no affiliation with them. These are just some markers that I wanted to try out for my own personal use, and wanted to share with you what I found out. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you've got any more questions about these markers, please leave them in the comments section below. I'll do my best to answer them or point you in the right direction if I can. And there we go. So happy colouring. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.
What's going on with me behind the scenes is that I am looking into doing a degree course now.
I'm getting into
Years ago I did my